The glory of the Lord has shone upon us, and shall ever be manifest among us until the day of his return. Through the rhythms of times and seasons, let us celebrate the mysteries of salvation. Let us recall the year's culmination, the Easter Triduum of the Lord, his Last Supper, his crucifixion, his burial, and his rising, celebrated between the evening of the 13th day of April and the evening of the 15th day of April, Easter Day being on the 16th day of April. Each Easter, as on each Sunday, the Holy Church makes present the great and saving deed by which Christ has forever conquered sin and death. From Easter are reckoned all the days we keep holy. Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent, will occur on the first day of March. The Ascension of the Lord will be commemorated on the 25th day of May. Pentecost, the joyful conclusion of the season of Easter, will be celebrated on the 4th day of June. And this year, the first Sunday of Advent will be on the 3rd day of December. Likewise, the Pilgrim Church proclaims the Passover of Christ in the feasts of the Holy Mother of God, in the feasts of the apostles and saints, and in the commemoration of the faithful departed. To Jesus Christ, who was, who is, and who is to come, Lord of time and history, be endless praise forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Now, clergy, you can't answer this question.
They don't know enough?
Have the rest of you heard this before? What I just proclaimed.
I have.
Okay.
I got distracted by the clergy can't answer this. Saint Swithin.
Some early church father? Okay.
Is it Golden Throat?
No. 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 Anybody else? This is the Epiphany Proclamation.
Oh,
yes.
And it is proclaimed on Epiphany to let the faithful know what the schedule is for the year.
oh, okay.
As the season becomes, and it begins, the glory of the Lord has shone upon us and shall ever be manifest among us until the day of his return. And so this is one of the things that that many people always think of when they think of Epiphany. They think of the Epiphany Proclamation and how Christ is made manifest throughout the times and the seasons of the year. So that's kind of a major way of looking at it. To Jesus Christ, who was, who is, and who is to come, Lord of time and history, as he is manifest. So the spirituality of Epiphany. One of the things I love is making that proclamation. It gives an overview of Jesus' saving actions and how his saving grace is made known through these actions. In the church, what do we call this feast day, the Epiphany? We call it the
Manifestation
the manifestation of Christ to the Gentiles, right? The appearing of Christ to the Gentiles.
I think the three wise guys.
The three wise guys, right. So it's like, who are the Gentiles? Who are the representatives of the Gentiles? The three wise guys. Exactly, the three wise men. So the Feast of the Epiphany originated in the East in the 3rd century. And it was celebrated in honor of the baptism of Christ. And of course, you know, it is connected with the Nativity. And has become more so in the Western Church. But it's one of, from the 4th century, it ranked with Easter and Pentecost as one of the 3 principal festivals of the church. Easter and Pentecost and Epiphany being the 3 principal feasts of the church, what seems to have been left out? Christmas. But we didn't leave it out. So in the Eastern Church, in the Western Church, the character of this feast changed. It lost its focus of the baptism of Christ. In the Orthodox churches now, this is when they have the blessing of water, blessing of the big bodies of water. And down in Tarpon Springs, the Greek Orthodox Church has a big blessing of the water. The bishop blesses it and throws the cross in, and the guys go jumping after it. We do that over in Babylon. And in the Western Church, it wound up really being focused on the Magi, on the manifestation of Christ to the Gentiles. And one of the things that we have tried to do in the church, especially with the Book of Common Prayer, 1979, is the church is trying to reclaim its full focus on the three foci, the three focuses of what Epiphany is about.